Welcome back to another episode of Green Queens. Today's episode is a tribute about Sharon Price. Sharon Price passed away hours later of recording this episode. So thank you, Sharon, for being the last thing you did while alive.
Thank you. Thank you, Sharon.
Hello.
So sorry, I didn't realize it needed me to download Google.
It's all right. Don't worry. How are you? You are great. You look great.
I'm good, eh? Pointless complaining, busy, new things happening. It's an amazing time, Stella. In the world, it's a basic human right to have this plant. So
Yeah.
it's solid science, you know. That's the thing that gets me about it.
Yeah.
Nothing
It's been
airy about
forbidden.
cannabis. There's nothing airy-fairy about it. Such
I
solid
know.
science and how the science isn't followed is what shocks me. It's been the theme this year, you know?
It's just, I think since it was forbidden in 1960, you've been, you've grown up with that narrative that cannabis is bad, cannabis is going to damage your brain. Yeah, it can damage your brain, but so alcohol, so cigarettes, so sugar, so Red Bull. So there are many, many things that can damage your brain. I just don't understand the narrative with cannabis. Why just with cannabis?
Because it's such an incredible healer.
I know.
Because it threatens a system that's been running for close to 100 years, making a lot of money out of a Newtonian science and prescription.
Yeah.
It's frightening. It really is frightening. I mean, when a cancer patient comes and I give him that first oral dose for the evening, out of that, what he gets, Stella, it's crazy. You
I
know,
know. I've been there.
and he feels it in 2 hours. We don't have to wait. It's not like other medicines where you got to wait 3 weeks or two, whatever. It's within hours.
Exactly.
So I can
And no
see
side
how,
effects.
if it's dose properly, no side effects. So that's why I think it must be very intimidating to people that have been running their businesses on this principle for so long. And now I think because people are so sick, I mean, there's a cancer epidemic.
It
So,
is.
yeah, I think it's left people no choice. And then they try this and they eat better, they sleep better, they're in a better mood. Um, and at the same time, we're doing monumental things over an 8 month period with a protocol, you know, monitoring it. And I've never got used to the magic of this plant in all the 17 years I've been working. It astounds me constantly.
Green Queen right. Worldwide.
Welcome back to Green Queens. Today is visiting Sharon Price from South Africa. Welcome, Sharon.
Thank
How are
you
you
for having
doing?
me. Very well, thank you. I'm
You're
jealous
good?
of you being in
So,
Spain.
oh, yeah. You will be around soon again, don't you? Yeah. Yeah. So for the audience to know you, to get to know you, who is Sharon Price, please?
Yeah. So I think I've spent the last 17 years in this industry. I work at the moment as a cannabis educator. Um, it's really a blessing in South Africa. Many of the medical doctors have done our training and have an understanding of this plant, which has been a
Amazing.
blessing. I also work with patients and have been for the past 17 years. And truly, it's a patient first protocol that we do. I love what I do. In between that, I've I've recently written a book that I have been laboring on for over a year, but it's at last about to be published, which will have so much of the actual course in it as well. So people actually get an education from it, and then some stories with happy endings. Um, with
Wow.
regards to my patients, I've interviewed a few patients. So really, it's all about cannabis for me and medicine. Uh, on
Yeah, it's a
yeah,
medicine. I want a copy of that book. I've seen you written,
absolutely.
right?
You're right.
Yeah, yeah,
Written.
so yeah. Thank you. And how did you get into this cannabis world? How did you start it? What were you doing?
Gee, quite by chance, Stella. I had no inclination to get into the cannabis world. I had a wonderful career, ironically, for 17 years as well in the film industry and Monuments Council, and loved what I do. Um, but my sister got a brain tumor and it changed my life. I
Wow.
we never experienced cancer in our family ever. It was the first person that ever had cancer in our family, so we were not prepared for it. And this, I think, I worked as a compounding specialist for the film industry, so I understood the science of the makeup of different things, and I completely started looking for protocols to help her while she was alive. Uh, and 3 months after she passed, I was 3 o'clock in the morning. I'd become obsessive about it. I was on YouTube and I saw a Rick Simpson video that said cannabis cured cancer, and Estella, I almost blew a fuse because I know how we lived on hope with Carol. It was just all about hope. Could this be the next thing? Could this turn the corner? Um, so I felt that it was like really at the end of the day, without being rude, but I felt that there was a bunch of potheads giving people a false sense of security. But I did go through and see a scientist friend of mine and gave him my opinion quite arrogantly, unfortunately. Look at these potheads. What do they know? And he just said to me, Sharon, do me a favor, go home and study the endocannabinoid system. He said, then come back and have an intelligent conversation with me. So, of course,
So you know what we're talking about.
I left with my tail between my legs. And when I did start studying it at that time, we only knew of 83 endocannabinoids and cannabinoids. So it was early days. But I immediately realized there cannot possibly be 83 things in this plant that's also in my body. It's not 83 coincidences.
I know.
So that's how it started. And I was very blessed
Mm.
to be able to work at a local university for a year, just testing, making, testing, trying butane, trying this, trying that, but being able to test it all the time. I think that changed my life.
Of course I did.
No. And then
That's
I
your
just
job now.
but it's just I can't believe how it's gone in my career with this fella, because every person that I needed and wanted to verify what I was doing came, biomolecular scientists, a whole university with gas chromatographers and HPLC machines, and it just came like magic,
Yeah.
and still does.
You asked for it. So yeah.
17 years later, it still happens. It's still
Do
there's
you,
this flow.
do you miss the monuments part of it? Or are you
Pardon?
happy with are you missing your job with the monuments and history and stuff? No.
I love being an artist, and I did 17 years in it, but it felt after losing Carol, I can paint a painting or sculpt a sculpture on Sunday or on my time off. Not that I have. because I've been busy. But it became just, you must know, when you actually work with this plant and suddenly somebody comes with cancer and then they don't have cancer.
Mm.
There's no arrogance in the way you feel. It's the most humbling experience when the patient comes. And the first patient that came, all I repeated over and over was, "I don't believe it. I don't believe it."
Yeah,
And he was
that's the
showing me
narrative,
scans,
right?
and he was showing me his blood count, and he was showing me everything, and I was like, "Oh," and then, I mean, then I became worse than ever before. I really was everywhere with this plant, growing, testing, trying, developing, learning. Uh, I studied herbalism.
Well,
I
yeah.
then, I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop finding out new things about the plant, and it still happens today.
Mm. That's how you enrich yourself as a person, helping
Oh,
others, right? And
it's a blessing.
how is a day on your life?
So I must say I don't work on the book enough, but I have a professional editor on it now. So I
Uh-huh.
spend maybe, if I'm lucky, an hour or two on the editing of the book. But most of my day is taken up with patients. So I will do an hour consult. We have such an amazing setup. We By the time I do a consult with the patient, we've done scans on them, we've done live bloods on them, we've done urine tests on them. I love the time with the patient, Estella.
Of course
I
you do.
love the time I change. My personality changes. I speak a lot normally. I'm a very chatty person. When I'm in the room with a patient, I keep dead quiet. It's all about the patient.
Mm-hmm.
It taught me this. It was never, you can imagine, film industry doesn't make for keeping quiet. So it's really,
Mm-hmm.
I had a personality change, step more into, I don't know, my healer and my feminine side when I'm with the patient. So it would, I would see patients. I'd do a few consults a day. And then every evening I answer WhatsApps. I spend at least an hour or two because every patient that I have has an open WhatsApp line to me that I answer once a day.
Mm.
Just for
That's
family
cool.
support, for when they're
Of
feeling
course.
overwhelmed, when they're feeling really down. And it's just a message. And for me, I find that's an incredible support for the family and the patient. And that's a day, really. And it just goes on and on and on.
I know, I
Come
know, I know.
season, it's a very different day. I'm running from growing and talking to my clients and doing all of that to consulting and then back to the clients. I'd say I spend during season 30% of my time with the plants and the other
Hmm.
with patients. So that
Yeah.
takes priority.
Yeah. So those are the projects you are currently working. So it's patience on one side and having the raw material on the other side, like growing your plants, not just cannabis, every plant that you need for the purpose of
Yes,
healing your patients, right?
absolutely. It's not just about cannabis.
It
Cannabis is
is
not the
not.
magic bullet, but cannabis is
No.
huge. I don't know another plant that has. We know of over
Mm-hmm.
800 compounds in this plant already, components.
Yeah. And
You know,
just eight or nine have been discovered.
yeah, it's
There's a lot
it's
to do
it's it's
still.
crazy what we do. We had a wonderful thing happen in South Africa recently, and I'm so proud of us when it comes to cannabis. The University of Stellenbosch
Mm-hmm.
actually been really studying the plant, and they found another 70 odd other components in the plant. Um,
Wow.
they called flavor alkaloids,
Mm-hmm.
and they're particularly in the leaves of the plant.
Right.
So, and they're
Cool.
anti-inflammatories, and they all have
Yeah.
healing capabilities. So, I think we've truly touched the tip of the iceberg with this plant. We are only I mean, it's been used for thousands of years. We know that, and we've been
Mhm.
doing it for our little 17 years over here. But just more and more knowledge comes in, more and more information comes in all the time, and it's not about distillates, it's not about isolates, it's about full plant extraction. It's about things
Exactly
that
that.
you cannot patent it. So we have a bit of a checkmate when it comes
Mhm.
to the powers that be. The true, beautiful, full medicine you cannot patent. So
So
I
powerful.
don't know. I think when it comes to this cannabis plant and the knowledge, the knowledge is out there and it can't go away. Mm.
No, cannot. It's an
Mm.
ancestor plant. I mean, it comes from the beginning of the era that the earth is earth. So, no, it cannot be just give away. No, it's there and you have it. So, well done you for doing all that you do, sharing your
Yeah.
knowledge with a book, with your trainings, everything. It's amazing what you do, Sharon. Thank you.
It's the blessing is mine. Truly a
Thank you.
blessing is mine.
And in your ideal world, how would you like to see happening in this cannabis environment?
And I'd like to see a worldwide attitude change.
Oh, that
I'd
would be
like to
great.
see us it can be commercialized. Any plant can be commercialized, but I'd like to see
Mhm.
us when it comes to medicine to talk about true science, not just stuff we can patent.
True.
Because at the end of the day, as complex as a human's body is, this plant is. I'm not seeing that worldwide. I'm not
No,
seeing.
not the minute.
I'm not seeing that everybody attacks THC. It's the big evil thing. THC is what causes apoptosis of the cancer cell. THC is what creates angiogenesis. Uh, and then the full plant extraction, I have to say, with all those components, you will not get an entourage effect. You will not get homeostasis in the body without a full plant extraction.
True.
Hence, us being in a checkmate situation with people that are trying to commercialize this. Mhm.
Yeah, but it's just I mean the commercialization of the plant I don't think is the argument to have in here. Is how you prescribe the plant, which is that I think that is the most unique medicine. So how do you prescribe? I mean, it's not you see that with your patients. I don't think you can give the same prescription to two
No,
patients or more than one.
no,
That's it. So you in this society we're living at the moment, you are used to go to the pharmacist and say, "I need a box of ibuprofen or paracetamol or aspirin." But
yes.
you cannot do that with cannabis, can you? I don't think you can at this moment in time. Mm-mm.
No, the secret of actually treating with cannabis and other complex plants like mushrooms. I work a lot.
Exactly.
Mushrooms and cannabis are best friends. They love each other.
You always say
Um,
that.
and they're both as complex as each other. They're both bioaccumulators. They both have so many components. But I think the secret is paying respect to the person that's in front of you, their body,
Exactly.
and follow the body. There's no way. So attended a seminar last night, and they said that a big person has a higher dose. Now, that's
Mhm.
not true, Stella. I can have an absolutely skinny person and a huge, big person that's double the size, and it could hit the skinny person more. It's not about weight here, it's about an endocannabinoid system. And
Absolutely.
we don't have, unfortunately, and I would love it to happen soon because everybody's been talking about it, a system that measures the endogenous endocannabinoid system in the person's body. Because then if I could, like a DNA test, if I could take your DNA
Mhm.
test and say, Stella is anandamide deficient, I would
Mhm.
immediately know you want THC. Not that
Exactly.
that will take the other 799 components out, but we'll make
Uh-huh.
sure that you're on a genetic that is a slightly higher THC. If you have terrible inflammation in you and we see, oh, your CBG endocannabinoid is not sufficient, or in the case of a pregnant woman, oh, her womb is endocannabinoid deficient, then we
Uh-huh.
truly are going to have this medicine. That is, I think, the only thing that we just in that ideal world that you mentioned
Uh-huh.
would be something that measures a person's endocannabinoid system, and we can then choose genetics for the
Yeah, that
patient.
would be great. Do you think
And
that can exist? Do you think that can be invented? Something to measure your endocannabinoid system. Is in every cell? Is the only system as is in your body?
you know, you can't. Sorry, I'm not understanding the question. I think that the endocannabinoid system can be patented?
You,
Is that what
no,
you said?
you can be measured. The thing you
Yes,
are saying, you think,
yes.
all right,
Yeah. You
that's
know how
interesting.
we measure serotonin levels? We can
Uh-huh.
measure vitamin D levels. We can measure that. And
Yes.
there are systems and people have been talking about it, but I haven't seen one that I trust.
All
I
right.
think a lot
Okay.
of them are money-making businesses and these kind of things. It will come, Miss Stella. It will certainly come. I mean, if I
Hope
think of
so.
how I worked in the beginning, nobody even spoke about terpenes. I was smelling the plant before we actually got to test the plant. I was smelling it and thinking, my patient is very hyper and whatever. I'm going to give him slightly higher THC with lavender terpenes in it, just to calm him
Mm-hmm.
down. Or my
Yeah.
patient is lethargic. I'm going to give him limonene terpenes. That's how we worked in the beginning. Now we don't. Now we make the product, we get a certificate of analysis, we know what terpenes are in there, we know what cannabinoids are in there. So the way I direct it is certain cancers, and I specialize in cancer, but certain cancers will go with certain genetics. For example, the estrogen-driven cancers or hormone-driven cancers, period, prostate cancer, breast cancer. I will only work with a 1-to-1 ratio, be the ratio 10 THC, 10 CBD, or 22% THC, 22% CBD. I will
Uh-huh.
only give that particular genetic to patients with hormone-driven cancers because I've learned that if you
Gosh.
give them a 7-to-1 THC to CBD, you're going to drive the hormones. That's not sorted.
Mm.
And yeah, so we only have 13 genetics that cover all the diseases, that cover seizures, that cover the different types of cancers, that cover normal arthritis, Parkinson's, MS, Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Incredible what the plant does for Alzheimer's. Where do you ever find a plant where that does so much? When I'm training medical doctors and they say, well, can it work for um, neurological pain? Yes. Can it work for gout? Yes. Yeah. That, and you feel a little bit embarrassed, but then when you look at it, it's a massive anti-inflammatory. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
most diseases are about inflammation.
Absolutely right.
It's very exciting. I run a bit wild when I talk about this plant.
I know, but I love your passion. I mean, it's just something I love from you, honestly. So thank you. Thank you for sharing. And so, which one do you want to be your legacy?
Yeah, it's so strange you ask me that right now because I'm working on that right now.
Yeah, I
Um,
know that since I know
so
you.
I want to leave 3 books behind, Stella, and they
Perfect.
all the first one is so close to going to print on cannabis medical training. Then I would like to leave one on oil making. I feel that every human being on this planet should be able to grow a couple of trees and turn it into medicine. I feel that that knowledge should be out there. And then the final one on growing. Genetics is a
Oh.
complex thing, and we work from, I grow biodynamically, so we really are working with nature.
Mhm.
So that would be the books. I would very much like to get my cannabis training online. I am doing it kind of online, but myself. I'd like it to be
Okay.
able to run with other lecturers, with other people. I'd
That
like
would
it
be
to run
great.
online, even as that you don't have to do it intensely like we do it, because the training is intense. It's 3 full days of working from 9 to 5. You know, the doctors
Wow.
leave there and their hair's standing up straight, and it's so much information.
Info, yeah.
And then
But that's
finally,
great.
the final thing would be, uh, I really would like to get a quantum clinic going with cannabis, because that's
Mm.
been some of my experience in the last 8 years. And it's all about the patient, Estella. If I can have my patient come, I can scan him, I can test him, I can do all of those things in a totally environmentally healthy place on a quantum level, because cannabis is a quantum medicine.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think I would gladly then go and sip pina coladas or whatever you do when you retire. Not that I think I'm ever going to retire.
No, I think if you do what you like, you never get retired. No.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry for, but I don't think you want to get retired, do you?
No, no, there's always something new, but it is time for me to hand over that legacy. Stella. I've
Yeah,
been,
that's
I've
true.
been pioneering. I've been to jail. I've been shot at. I've been raped and all by the government. I've been, I've been through all of those things already. We went to the Constitution Court. We went to the High Court. I feel now that I just want to share my knowledge and leave so many young, beautiful people
Hmm.
to
Yeah,
carry the sword now.
yeah,
Not going away. That's what I can tell you. Truly, the
I
cannabis
know.
and the mushrooms, the bulbinella and the citronella and blah blah blah. None of these are going away. It's like this period of high quantum knowledge and equipment is
Mhm.
proving the thousands of year old uh, things that people spoke about. Hi, Jim. Hey.
Hi, nice to
Hi.
meet you.
And you too.
Hello.
It's a little bit of
I'm Simona.
echo. Or is Yeah, she's Jimena, she's Sharon.
Hi, Jim.
Nice to meet you.
So, Sharon, do you want to talk a little bit about when you went to jail or when you were shot? Would
I
you like
wasn't
to do that?
actually shot, but it was during um, right in the beginning of working with this, and I think it really stressed some people out, because when I do the training, Estella, I immediately say this is not about politics. This is not me trying to make money out of you. This is simply about science. So, where CBD is just so legal all the time, the moment we start talking about THC, some people get ruffled. Oh, they're going to get high, they're going to get this, whatever the case. Um, I just wanted the true science to be out there. Simple.
Hmm. Pretty much so, yeah. And what did it happen when you were sent to jail? Why did they send you to jail?
It was an incredible, enlightening, beautiful thing for me, really, because I was with patients in a little town, uh, like 45 minutes away from my farm.
Hmm.
They came with guns and machine guns and whatever, shot my dog. And in this time, the police phoned me. So I said, I'm heading directly to the police station, but I'm in George. I'm in the next little town. I'm racing to you. Just, leave everything. When I got to the police station, it had the press there. It had some of my patients there. I have never felt so protected handing myself over in the police station. And because of the uproar from the public, they could only keep me in for 45 minutes because the people were making such a, people were screaming and phoning, and it's beautiful to see how our community stands together. So it was a frightening thing, a very sad thing because they shot my dog. My home was invaded. It was traumatic. I honestly, really, it was, I don't wish it on anybody. But I can
Of course.
say that seeing how the community in South Africa stepped up because they were phoning to say, can we send some buses of people from Cape Town? And I was like, well, no, don't send buses of people. So that was my experience there. And I must say, after that, people were driving around, driving from Cape Town, yeah, or whatever, driving around looking, asking for me. That herbalist that whose dog was shot, where did we find her officer? So
Wow,
improved my business as well. So
amazing.
yeah, it was a good and bad experience, but truly an experience about community.
Yeah, that was lovely to
Oh,
hear.
yeah.
Thank you. Hime, do you want to ask something to Sharon? Hime.
What is imagine in the future in the cannabis world? What is your idea about the future, about the cannabis in your country?
I think it's going to change all over the world, actually. I mean, we have particularly good laws here, but I think because of the patience, it's never going to go away. So I think it's the people fighting the government. I don't want to use the word fighting, but people are experiencing. So we treat the patient. They have this incredible experience. Seizures stop, or this stops, or cancer goes away. That just brings more people. We are human. If our loved one is sick, I wanted that everybody can get the right medicine. I wanted that everybody can know how to do it at home, which is certainly not what uh, our system wants. But I would like to see the true science coming out, and I'd like to see it available for every single human because it's a basic human right. You have a right to be pain free. You have a right to be calm. You have a right to have an appetite. You have a right to sleep. It's and the people will do it. I can see what's happening in Britain now. They're busy fighting for it. I can see what's happening in Spain. In America, we've seen beautiful things. We've seen the law change because of mothers. Mothers saying we don't care. Denver, Colorado is a perfect example. The moment they made THC legal, there was no place in the caravan park. So everybody moved to Denver, Colorado that had a child that has seizures. So I want to see the knowledge out there, and I want to see the truth out there. No more of these commercialized products that are part plant medicine, isolates, distillates that have side effects. Cannabis has no side effects if you dose properly. In fact, the side effect is if you have diabetes. If I'm treating a cancer patient and they have diabetes, I've got to say, please check your sugar levels every day because the cannabis is going to start balancing the sugar levels. And I cannot tell you how many times we've treated a cancer patient and their diabetes goes away off their insulin, off their metformin. This is a common side effect of cannabis. All you get is
Nice.
yeah.
That's amazing. I love just to listen to you while you talk. It's just such a pleasure.
It's the plant,
But yeah,
really. I think it's our love of the plant, and I think women especially affiliate to this plant. It's a lovely female thing. It's interesting that all the medical cannabis we work with is the female plant. And then the male plant, I mean, it can make you a house. It can make you furniture. It can give you nutrition. It just doesn't end. I can't stop blabbering about this plant. Every part of it, its roots, its stalks, its leaves, its flowers, everything
Mhm.
is beautiful.
Yes,
That's very right. Yep.
yes. You're-
Mhm.
Mm.
Mm. So
Do
I
you
would
want?
like you to say to our audience, sorry, you want to carry on, Jime?
Eh, I wanna ask. She is in another time. You know something about to Argentina. You know about the politics in Argentina.
Geez, sorry, the signal went bad. Do I know about what in Argentina?
Este le traducí mejor que le quiero preguntar si ella sabe algo, si alguna vez tuvo algún conocimiento de las
Okay.
Es
políticas
porque
de
hay muy mala
Argentina.
conexión.
Ay,
Okay. She wants to know if you are aware of the politics, anti-drugs politics or policies, laws in Argentina.
I'm not studied with it, but I am aware that there's good things and bad things in it. But I can't give you an educated as if I know.
It's all right.
Can I ask you why you asked me that question? Please educate me.
¿Por qué le preguntas eso,
is
Jime?
por
Ella
curiosidad,
quiere
porque
saber por qué le preguntas eso.
do you listen to me?
Okay. Out of
Do
curiosity,
you,
just she wants to know.
Yes. Yes. I
Yes.
can hear you.
because this space is
Well, it's
Okay,
like
for
a
that's a
very bad
question I
sign.
can't
with
read.
us about the politics in the each country. The politics, for example, United States, Europe, America, is for talk about the politics in different countries, and we know about the politics in other countries. It's very interesting. Know about the other lawyers on the different countries.
No.
Los.
It is very interesting, and I think Argentina had wonderful laws at one stage. They had everybody growing and everybody doing their thing. It was really beautiful to see them. The last thing
Yes,
I've heard is they're promoting a lot of GMO cannabis, which frightens me. You know,
I
Mhm.
yeah.
me. Do you understand? I don't listen.
Jime, you have a very, tienes una conexión muy mala hoy, no sé por qué, pero suenas como con retorno, suenas como retardada. I'm telling her that it's like retarded what she's saying. It's like we don't get in real time what she wants to say. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
it's
telling her.
breaking up. It's break but if you
Yeah,
could
and
just tell
for
me
you
what
as
she's
well.
saying. Oh,
Yeah,
me too.
she's
Oh,
all right.
sorry.
I'm gonna translate now. Okay. So
Okay.
Jime wants to know because she's very much into politics and she's writing a book as well about different laws in the world regarding cannabis. So she wanted to know if you are aware from South Africa what's going on in that part of the world. And I'm going to translate now to Jime what you just said. Okay, Sharon? Okay.
Okay.
Ella
You
dice, sorry,
sorry, I was
sorry,
gonna
sorry.
suggest I have a beautiful girl here in South Africa. Her name is Leela. She is
Lead.
the professional. It would be wonderful if you guys interviewed her because she can tell you what's happening all over the world. She's her fingers
Oh,
on what's happening in South Africa. She's a beautiful girl, and I can introduce her, and you're gonna have a
please.
far better conversation with her.
Yes, please do. If you don't mind to send me her contact.
I will
If
do.
she's in
Yes.
Argentina, we will just contact her to talk. We have all the info for the rest of the year now. We've been interviewing a lot of people in the full planet. With you, we are covering the full planet now. We have talked to people in the 5 continents. That is amazing,
Wow.
Sharon.
Wow. Thank you.
That
Yes,
is
this is
amazing. It's
great.
big. You are. It's our privilege to have you. Yes.
So,
So, yeah, carry on, Sharon.
Jimmy, I just wanted to say I would like to introduce you to somebody called Leela that will answer your questions beautifully. I'd rather just stick in the lane that I'm good at, and that would be medical. But she would be able to, the two of you would have a beautiful conversation.
Brilliant. You understood?
Yeah.
¿Has entendido, Jime?
Sí, que es una hermosa conversación
Vale,
y que podemos seguir
perfect.
conversando esta charla porque la conexión es horrible. It's the horrible connection. It's slowly. Sometimes I say
Yes,
you
It's
first
horrible.
horrible
and then
connection.
it's
Oh, no, man.
it's
Yeah,
very far,
sometimes.
far away. Argentina, Europe, South Africa is far away.
Yes.
I love that. Yeah. So, as the connection is what it is, should we call it a day, ladies? Or is
Absolutely.
this it? Okay. Is there anything you want to ask, Jime? Is that okay
Um,
for you?
yes, yes. ¿Tú me querías traducir su pregunta?
Sí, no, luego te digo todo, no te preocupes. Luego cuando acabemos, no es nada, no es importante, no te preocupes. ¿Despides tú? Okay, just one thing before we go. Where can you be found, Sharon?
So we have a web page. I think it's a good start. It's Carol's
Yes.
Oil, CarolSoil.com.
Uh-huh.
We also are on Facebook, Carol's Oil. It's always Carol's Oil.
Yeah,
And
no.
then if they're ever patients, I just ask people to directly refer me. So I will, if it's about a patient, I would share my actual telephone number.
Okay.
And I do work with patients everywhere in the world. I have many patients fly to South Africa to see us, but I also do a lot of like Zoom consulting with patients, just teaching them the protocol. And so I'd say my phone number too in that case.
Yeah. We can share the phone number if someone is requesting after seeing your video. They can contact us if they need it. But that is specifically if they are a patient and they want to
Yes,
follow your protocol. Because you have said your website and Facebook, it's more than enough. And then the intake form is when you contact them directly, right?
fantastic. That should be beautiful. Thank you.
Perfect.
Beautiful
Thank you
sitting
to
in the
you.
room with you ladies.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's very
It's a
enriching.
pleasure.
I do love it. I do love it. So now we are going to say bye-bye. You don't have to go, but we just have to say bye-bye for the space, okay?
Okay.
So you know. All right.
Yes.
So you do want to say bye-bye, Jime? Do you want to do the
Yes,
final bit?
yes. Thank you. Thank you for all.
Okay.
Thank you,
Okay.
Sharon. Thank you, Estela. So see you next time in this space. Call it Green
Yeah.
Queen. See you later.
Bye.
Beautiful guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you,
Okay.
Sharon.
Lo corto.